will be the Notre Dame Basilica in Old Montreal. And we're in Montreal, that's in the province of Quebec, and in Canada. And we're in an island. The island is of 15 by 16 kilometers square. 2 million people on the island and 4 million people in Montreal metropolitan. We have two parks on your right. The Dorchester Square Park, too bad there's a bit of construction right now. And in front, you can see on your right, you have the Place Canada Park. You know that we have a lot of parks in Montreal. We're considered as a green city in the world. So when you get off of the bus at a stop, where you get off is where you get back on. So remember where it is. And we pass today, there are buses every half an hour. Last bus leaves the square where we just left at 4 o'clock. Right here on your right you have the Cathedral, Queen Mary of the World Cathedral, 1/3 of the Vatican of Rome. The interior and the exterior, if you want to visit, it's free to visit. It's open. And the people on the top of that church are the saints of the parishes that paid, the Catholic parishes that paid for the construction of that church. It cost more than $1 million. In those days, that was a lot of money. And then there's a piece of chance in 1969 there were 1742. And look on your left, you can see a round circle to the circle. Train station. That was the beginning of the underground city with that link. Now we have more than 20 miles of underground city in Montreal, one of the biggest underground city in North America. Right had the St. Patrick Basilica. This church was constructed in 1800. It's a Catholic English church. The masses on Sunday morning are in English, and the doors are looking at Old Montreal. On the other side, on your right. A bit to the left there, you see a tall building with an orange cube. That's the building of Hydro-Quebec. We're the biggest producer of hydroelectricity in the world. We sell the electricity to the province of Quebec, to the other provinces, and to the US, the state of New York and Massachusetts by our electricity. you go to the Canadian Pacific Railway train, it came to the west. This train is constructed from the western east of Canada. When it was funded for construction, they wanted to go back to the country China, but they couldn't because China closed the doors to them. So they have to stay in Canada. They opened a little Chinatown here in Montreal, which is little but very nice, and a bigger one in Toronto and a much bigger one in Vancouver. The two Chinatowns, some of the biggest Chinatowns outside of China, by the way. On the other side of the street, to the left, we're going to be following the Congress Center in Montreal. Fans and the Congresses, they come every year to presentations here, plus the tribute between Montreal and Chinatown. Look at the tinted glasses on the Congress Center. Represents the changes of colors of autumn here, when the maple leaves change colors. On your right, you have a park, Jean-Paul Riopel Park. Jean-Paul Riopel was a French-Canadian artist, known internationally for his paintings and his sculpture. So if you want to go and see something interesting, there's a lot of presentations inside the Congress Center, and they have places to play games. It's open to everyone. Ping pong, etc., and washrooms. So we're going to be doing our next stop in a few minutes. We're going to be stopping at the Notre Dame Basilica. The Notre Dame Basilica is the nicest church north of Mexico. Again, on your right, you're going to see the old courthouse of Montreal, constructed in the 1800s. It's neoclassical architecture, and it's now the place where they keep the art gallery of the city of Montreal. That building was all renovated. And if you want to visit, there's tours inside that are free. The City Hall of Montreal is second